Hello, boys and girls. I'm going to read the storybook. It is called El Chavo, El Libro Mágico, the Magic Book. And let's start the story. La clase de Chavo fue de excursión a la biblioteca de la ciudad. Este sitio es grandísimo, dijo el Chavo. Chavo's class took a field trip to the city library. This place is really big, said Chavo. Look, they went to the library. That's a field trip. That's cool. El Chavo y sus amigos corrieron y gritaron por la biblioteca. El último en escoger un libro pierde, gritó Kiko. Chavo and his friends ran and shouted through the library. The last one to get a book loses, yelled Kiko. Uh-oh. So whoever doesn't get a book, it loses, Kiko said. El bibliotecario trató de parar a los estudiantes. Chicos, por favor, no corran, no griten, no hagan ruido. Les rojo. The librarian tried to stop the students. Children, please don't run, don't scream, don't make noise, he begged. Oh, the librarian's mad because they're making noise. And they should not be doing that and no running around. Pero el Chavo y sus amigos no pararon. Nuño los retó. Voy a ser el primero en escoger un libro, dijo. But Chavo and his friends didn't slow down. Junior challenged them. I'm going to choose a book first, he said. He's going to choose a book first. Let's see. Allá nos vemos, tortuga, dijo Kiko, empujando al Chavo. Deja que te agarre nomás, le advirtió el Chavo santo y persiguió al Kiko. See you there, slowpoke, said Kiko as he pushed Chavo. I'm going to get you, warned Chavo. He jumped up and chased after Kiko. Uh-oh, so what are they gonna do next? Well, Chavo's chasing Kiko in the library. Let's see what will happen next. Sus estudiantes están haciendo un escándalo increíble, le dijo el bibliotecario al profesor Girafales. Haga algo para calmarlos o tendré que sacarlos a todos. Your students are causing a terrible racket, the librarian told Professor Irafanden. Do something to calm them down, or I will kick you all out of here. Uh-oh. He's gonna kick them out. Let's see if he does. El profesor Girafales persiguió a los estudiantes. No corran, gritó. Cálmense todos. Professor Girafande ran after his students. Don't run! Everyone quiet down! He shouted. Everybody should be quiet and be calmed down because they're in the library. If you make noise and move around, you will get kicked out. Mientras tanto, el Chavo se acercó al Kiko. Estoy que te alcanzo, dijo el Chavo. Meanwhile, Chavo was catching up to Kiko. I almost got you, said Chavo. Kiko agarró un libro de matemáticas muy pesado. Lo alzó y el Chavo se estrelló contra él. ¿Te alcancé yo? Se rió Kiko. Kiko took a heavy math book off that shelf. He held it up and Chavo ran right into it. I got you, Kiko laughed. So Kiko got a math book and Chavo was trying to go after him, but I don't think that didn't work. Ay, Chavo. El Chavo estaba muy enojado. Vio un carrito lleno de libros. ¡Te voy a agarrar!, gritó el Chavo y persiguió a Kiko montado en el carrito. Chavo was really angry. He spotted a cart full of books. I'm going to get you, shouted Chavo as he raced the cart toward Kiko. Chavo looks really upset, and he has a cart full of books, and he's going after Kiko. Pero Kiko se hizo a un lado. El Chavo y el carrito se estrellaron. Los libros volaron por todas partes. But Kiko stepped to the side. Chavo and the cart crashed. Books flew everywhere. Ay, Chavo and Kiko. That's why you don't play in the library, because you will make a mess. El Chavo recogió uno de los libros. Este es un libro interesantísimo, dijo. Chavo picked up one of the books. This is a really cool book, he said. So he got a book. Sus compañeros se acercaron para ver si estaba bien. Si no hiciste daño, fue por arte de magia, dijo Kiko. Chavo's class gathered around him to make sure he was okay. It is magic that you didn't get hurt, said Kiko. So they're all getting around the Chavo because he didn't get hurt, all because of that magic book. And they all think that book is magical. So let's see what will happen next. El profesor Girafales por fin alcanzó a los estudiantes. ¿Todos escogieron un libro?, preguntó. Vamos a aprender una fabulosa aventura de lectura. Professor Girafante finally caught up to his students. Did everyone choose a book?, he asked. We have a wonderful journey of reading ahead of us. Chavo llegó a la vecindad y se sentó a leer su libro. Cuando lo abrió, vio las páginas en blanco. ¿Pero dónde están las palabras?, preguntó. Este libro es aburrido. Chavo went home and sat down to read his book. When he opened it up, he saw the pages were blank. But where are the words?, he asked. This book is boring. So everybody's got their books, and Chavo's already opening his book, and there's no words. There's nothing. It's all blank. Now he said it's a boring book. But let's see what will happen next. ¿A quién llamas aburrido?, preguntó el libro. ¿El libro estaba hablando? El chavo no lo podía creer. El libro era de veras mágico. Who are you calling boring? Asked the book. The book was shocking? Chavo couldn't believe it. The book really was magic. That is magical. El chavo lanzó el libro tan lejos como pudo. ¡Cigarrillo! Que eres un libro embrujecido, dijo. Chavo threw the book as far away as he could. I'm really sure you are a haunted book, he said. I thought this book is haunted. Pero el libro volvió. Cuando te estrellaste contra el estante, desapareciste a todos mis personajes, dijo el libro mágico. But the book came back. When you crashed into the bookshelf, you made all my characters disappear, said the magic book. Tienes que ayudarme a buscar nuevos personajes para mis cuentos, dijo el libro mágico. Podemos usar a la gente de la vecindad. You have to help me get a new characters for my stories, said the magic book. We can use the people in your neighborhood. So now he has no characters in this book. Now he wants Chavo to help him get new characters for him. Let's see how that will work. El libro mágico vio que el profesor Girafales y doña Florinda estaban enamorados. Los metió en el cuento de la Bella Durmiente. The magic book saw how Professor Girafalde and Miss Worthmore were in love. It pulled them into the story of Sleeping Beauty. That's really funny. El libro mágico convirtió al profesor Girafales y a doña Florinda en el príncipe y la princesa durmiente. Pero su final no fue feliz por culpa de Kiko. The magic book transformed Professor Girafalde and Miss Worthmore into the prince and sleeping princess. But they didn't get their happy ending because of Kiko. I guess Kiko ruined the story. And there he did. It was a love story. Después el libro mágico oyó a Don Ramón diciendo una mentira. Así que puso a Don Ramón en el cuento de Pinocchio. Next, the magic book heard Mr. Raymond telling a fib. So it sent Mr. Raymond into the story of Pinocchio. He's in the story of Pinocchio. Don Ramón se convirtió en el niño de madera. Tampoco tuvo un final feliz. Doña Clotilde también terminó en el libro. Persigue a Don Ramón por la calle de Chepeto para darle un beso. Mr. Raymond became the wooden boy. He didn't get a happy ending either. Miss Hester got pulled into the book, too. She chased him all over Geppetto's workshop for a kiss. And there she is. She's a fairy. She's chasing Don Ramon for a kiss. And he is Pinocchio. Los amigos del Chavo estaban leyendo cuando el libro mágico los puso en los tres cerditos. Chavo's friends were reading when the magic book pulled them into the three little pigs. Kiko era el lobo feroz, pero Kiko no tenía fuerza para soplar nada. Todos los niños se reían de él. Kiko was a big bad wolf, but Kiko wasn't strong enough to blow anything down. The kids all laughed at him. He was a big bad wolf, and now they're in the story of the three little pigs. And they're laughing at Kiko. Por último, el libro mágico puso al Chavo y al señor Barriga and Jack y los frijoles mágicos. Finally, the magic book put Chavo and Mr. Village into Jack and the Beanstalk. Estoy cansado de que me tumbes, dijo el señor Barriga convertido en gigante. Esta vez yo voy a cortar el tallo. No me gusta estar en este cuento, dijo el Chavo mientras caía en picado. I'm tired of always being knocked down, said Mr. Ballard as the giant. This time I'm going to chop the beanstalk down. I don't like being in this story, said Chavo as he fell to the ground. Chavo fell to the ground because now they're in Jack and the Beanstalk story. El Chavo se despertó en el suelo de la biblioteca y vio que sus amigos estaban ordenando. Se tocó la cabeza y sintió un chichón. Tanto de aburrido el libro que dormiste, le preguntó al profesor, el profesor Girafales. Chavo woke up on the library floor and saw his friends cleaning. He felt a bump on his head. Did your book bore you to sleep? Asked Professor Girafales. I guess the book bored him to sleep. Para nada, dijo el Chavo. Este libro de verdad me hechizó. No way, this book has really pulled me in, said Chavo. Oh, I guess it really pulled him in. I guess it's a real magic book. And that is the end of our story. So what can I say, everybody? Chavo was trying to find a book, and his friends, they all found books, and he found one that was very magical, but it was a very good story, right? You are correct. Yes, you are. So what do you like about the story, you guys? Sorry, Big Leo and Little Leo? Well, we like how the story from the my favorite part of the story was when the magic book started talking to the Chavo. Yeah, Chavo was scared and he threw the book right there. No, he didn't. Yes, he did. So, what about was the magic book talking? Yes, the magic book was talking. Yes. But, first of all, where did they go on the field trip? to the library. And so, what do you do in the library? Do you have to make noise? No. Do you have to move around and play? No. Do you have to follow rules? Yes. So, what are rules in the library? Quiet, should be read quietly, no noise, and no playing around. Just read your book. So, was Chavo and his friends were really making a lot of noise? Yes, they were. And was the librarian really upset with them? Yes, he was. He was really angry. So what did the teacher, Hirafales did? He told the student to calm down and stop making noise, and read a book silently. So, everybody's got their book, right? Yes. Except for Chavo, but he picked up one book. And this book was magical. How can it be magical? It was talking. And Chavo threw the book away. And when the book landed on the floor, it lost all his words and drawings and pages. Words. So, the book needed help to look for new images and stories? Yes. So, did Chavo help them? Yes. He went to the neighborhood with his magic book. Yes. And he, in the magic book, put, Miss Florinda and Professor Girafales into a Beauty and the Beast story. And who interrupted that story? Kiko! And the story was ruined. Did not have an happy ending. What about Ramon, Mr. Raymond? He was stuck in a Pinocchio story. Yeah, that was right. And he was running from Geppetto and that lady, the little fairy that was trying to kiss him. So, what was the last story? Well, Mr. Marigan and the Chavo were stuck in the Jack and the Beanstalk story. Yeah, that was very funny. And Mr. Marigan and Chavo got really tired of the story that they were in. So, what happened next? I'll get to that point. Chavo woke up. And what happened? All his friends. Wait a minute. That was not the last story. What was the last story? His friends were the 3 little pigs. Yes, they were. And Kiko was a big bad wolf. And he couldn't blow their house down because he was too little. Yep, that's true. So, what happened at the end of the story? Chavo woke up from a sleep. And I guess that book had bored him to sleep. So, what advice would you give to the boys and girls? That when you go to a library, choose a very fun book. Yeah, if you really love it, just like Chavo loved reading the storybook, and he was so into it, well, read the book, boys and girls. And believe me, you'll be into it. You'll be like inside the story, like in your imaginations. You'll be really inside. And it's really fun. Because when you read a storybook, you see it in your head, the whole image. Yes, like a movie. Yes. So, one last question for everybody. Come on, little Leo. Sorry, one last question. No, not a question. Yeah. So, did Chavo enjoy the library and reading his book? Yes, and he fell asleep. But he enjoyed. Yes, he told the professor that he was more into the storybook. And I think that's how he fell asleep. So remember, boys and girls, when you're reading a storybook, pick a book that you love to read. Superhero, princess, I'm just saying fairy tales, and real stories, and let's say like sports or anything that you love to read, boys and girls. enjoy it, believe me. Because you'll be into it. Yes. It'll be like you're in space, like reading a space book, and you will love it. Any stories is very good to read. Because when you learn from them, believe me, you're gonna wanna be in one of these stories. Or a funny story, or a spooky one, or any stories. Just like your dreams too. Yes. Alright, boys and girls, we gotta go. Good night, everybody. And don't forget, enjoy reading. And reading is fundamental and lovely. Good night. Good night. So don't forget, boys and girls, find a good book to read that you really love. It could be like any books. It could be like Green Eggs and Ham from Dr. Seuss, or like superhero books like The Avengers, or like princess storybooks. It could be any stories that you read. Because books, they come from the heart and our memories. And believe me, I love to read because reading is fundamental and it's really good. Because when you're reading, boys and girls, you imagine the story in your head. Like you're in the story. Like when I'm reading either this storybook, it's very true, or this storybook, and it's very lovely. It could be any storybook that you love to read, or even this one, Curious George. Any storybook that you can read, some are real, some are not, but reading is really good, boys and girls. And I think that's all we need. During this pandemic, we need to read because we need to learn about these stories. Learn about what we could do with our lives. And our lives become stories too. I like to do storybooks because they're really fun. So I'll draw 2 more storybooks and I'll show it to you, boys and girls, and probably in 4 weeks, probably. I'll read to you kids. Because stories, like I said, they come from my memories and it comes from our hearts. And I do story time from the bottom of my heart for all you boys and girls. And I miss you all. Hope to see you all soon. Stay strong, everybody. And I gotta go. Good night.